Biomimicry, they define it as innovation by studying nature or innovation that is inspired by what? Nature. But then I'm saying that I'm calling Theo-Mimicry because the nature that we are studying, it didn't come out by itself. Nature is a product of God's mind and it's a product of God's works. So as we study nature, we are not actually studying something. We are studying what God did. And when we imitate nature, we are imitating what God has done. We won't unlock the full capacity of our skills unless we copy the pattern God has given us. So the concept of Theo-Mimicry or biomimicry as it's used in evolutionary science is so that we can unlock the creative, the innovative and the inventive capacity of our gifts, our skills and our talents when we mimic the things God has made. There are three things we are supposed to mimic. Number one, we are supposed to mimic the systems or the structures within organisms that make them highly effective in their environment or that makes them to be able to create the conducive environment they find themselves in. Why is that? When you taste seawater, it's salty. Yeah, when we catch the fish and we eat it, the fish is not salty. What mechanism is that?
To add salt.
Again, to make it salty. What mechanism is that? If we are able to hack that mechanism, it doesn't matter how there is drought in our land, we can begin to desalinate the seawater and make it drinkable. And it won't be harmed. When a friend is making, then Pastor, we are supposed to also use our gates by looking at the system. We now go to the procedures. Now, the procedures is what makes organisms highly effective, adapt, and also to create the conducive environment they find themselves in. Okay. Some people, engineers, have been able to look at the systems and the procedures behind snow. And they have built a building and created artificial snow in the building. Yes. And the last thing that we are supposed to manage is to understand the laws of God. God created to govern life. There are the laws of God that govern aquatic life. The laws of God that govern the planetary movements. You see, the laws gives us the boundaries within which we are supposed to mimic the system and mimic the procedures. So we are not supposed to mimic the procedures and the system outside the laws. It will cause harm. Okay, so the laws that God set in creation makes life balanced. In other words, why is it that, for example, Kofuko spacer, why must they wear that thing around their head? But as you just can take it off, we can leave, we don't fly up in the air. And yet the laws of God, only gravity, the Bible says a law. And if my fellow viewers in Africa and in Ghana can understand and hear what I'm saying here, we can pioneer native, authentic, original African innovations and technologies. Because Pastor, nowadays all the technology that we are inventing in Ghana and Africa here, we are doing second class and third class innovations. In other words, the Europe fire, the China fire, me a share so near the me a yebi. But we share the so and innovating here. And I'm